All right, now we arrive in Georgia, and I have to say I have high hopes for this state. I always see some images here that looks absolutely great, so I'm not gonna, you know, take them easy on this one. I think this is the Atlantic City. I'm not sure exactly, but judging by the size and position, I think it is Atlanta. Okay, pretty close, I guess. Um, let's see first of all how those people actually do in numbers. Well, the state flag, it's pretty interesting. In God we trust. I mean, like Constitution, justice, wisdom. I don't know what that means. And mother action. Mother action. I don't know what that means either. So yeah, clearly more like give you vibes on those Confederate states. But let's see how they do. In capital, it's Atlanta, and the largest urban metro is Atlanta, of course. What I'm interested is let's see the population first. It's 11 million people, 8 in a country, pretty high. And the median household income, again, one of those nonsense, 75, around $75,000 in 2023. Probably by now it's around 80. And they are like 25th states. So just exactly right in the middle. I would expect a bit more from them, but it is what it is, I guess. I don't know if they have, yeah, official language is just English and that's it. And let's see how they're doing. They have plantations here with the blacks working on the cotton. They have here the fight, the Civil War, Union against the Confederate States. They have a sign here with like color red waiting room. I mean, it's kind of interesting in a way. You know, you don't have to wait with everybody else. Just like you have like two lines now, we split them, and it just probably like they move even faster than they're moving today. Pretty interesting. What else is here? Some sort of a coffin, a memorial, Martin Luther King. Okay. What else? Geography. Geography looks pretty good. I like all those. Look at this. Nice on the opening to the sea. It's not a landlocked state, so we have an opening to the sea, to the Atlantic Ocean. Pretty nice. I'm interested more like look at the swamps. Those oak trees. I mean, it looks absolutely amazing. Geography and the terrain here we have some sort of, they have hurricanes here pretty often, so it'd be interesting to see how this season is doing. Religion, yeah, it's like 67% Protestants, 18% non, Catholics 9%, and Jehovah Witnesses 2%. I guess pretty high. Jews 1%, Mormon 1%, others like 2%, and don't know. I don't know what the fuck that even means. Don't know. How the fuck you didn't know? It's 1%. Cotton, they stay using cotton, which is pretty interesting. Even today, they have, what the fuck is this? Filming of the Capitol America Civil War. I'm not sure what is going on in here. It looks like a third world country here. This is the film set, I guess, and they see filming Captain America and Civil War. They film it here in Atlanta, and it looks absolutely fucked up here. Look, this is how it could be, by the way. Here we can see those worlds. They clearly go above and beyond to make this extremely realistic. And I say that because look at those cables here. We saw those in a third world country, so it makes sense for everyone. What else can we see? Well, could be America, you know, with bad, let's say, leadership. And we're gonna see how they're doing in California. Logistic, yeah, they have some sort of a railroad, which looks pretty nice and nice, well done. They have a port, wow, also looks pretty nice. Military, yeah, it's USA, always have a pretty big accent of the military culture. They have, again, it's America, you're always gonna go, well, it doesn't matter where you go, you're gonna find some stadiums, some cinemas, bars, all of those concerts. I think around the culture they're doing pretty solid there. That's a huge stadium. I'm not sure exactly how big those stadiums are, but for some reason Americans, they really like to go to those sporting events. I mean, like here in Europe we have like footballs, yeah, what do you call it, soccer, but man, United States, they genuinely, they go there every single game and they just fill up the stadium, which is pretty interesting. Education, Georgia Tech Tower, whatever that means. I mean, they have some university, not exactly that interesting. CNN Center, it's in Georgia. Wow, I mean, Georgia, I think it's a swing state by now. I don't think, I mean, like, I would assume that is one of those clearly a Republican state, but no. From my understanding, then look at this. Yeah, from because they have like a huge city, they put everyone in the city, and cities usually are um, left leaning from the Democrats in this case, and the rest of the country it's pretty red. But it doesn't matter, to be honest, because look at this. It's way too population is way spread around. So this is the main population, and that's here is like the rest of them. It looks red because they are on the Republican side, but there are very few there. So in a way, doesn't matter the footprint that you have on the state. It matters how many votes you can have from the entire states. Doesn't matter where those votes came. So let's see now how they're doing. I mean, look at this. From the size, it's pretty decent size state. I mean, like, they are bigger than some European countries. So definitely there is something. And let's start right here in Atlanta. I want to see how those guys are doing. And I want to go there when it's much more green. Although that it looks from above. They have one of those European style, I would say, playing grounds, which like nobody's playing there. I guess it's like January. I mean, it's pretty cold, so probably that's why. But we have some kids coming from school. I'm not sure. Yeah, those are wasted money, to be honest with you. I mean, look at this. It looks very empty. Barely any trees. A lot of money. Probably costs like $10 million to build something like that. Or at least $1 million for whatever reason. And that's taxpayer money that, yeah, they are pretty much gone. And nobody's enjoying in the same time. Whoa, they have a barbecue here. That's pretty good, but I don't know exactly how clean it is. I mean, I don't like this one. They have a fence that makes no sense whatsoever. And they have a police car here. I'm not sure what this guy is doing. Probably it's his home here. I'm not sure, but they have some garbage here, which I don't like it. Not sure if something in the car or it's just parked there. It could be empty, I don't know. Speed limit 25 miles an hour. This one they're using concrete at least, which is better, as you can see. I'm not sure exactly what these tires doing here, but okay. The street, yeah, the infrastructure here doesn't look so great, and it's not exactly that clean either, but that could be easy fix. But the housing here, that's one of those new construction, I assume. Well, it's a house, but not exactly very appealing in my opinion. It's just the way it is. But yeah, at least it's better than nothing, that's for sure. What else can we find here? Oof, a lot of garbage here. I'm not sure exactly what's happening. It doesn't look that great so far. These cars seem better days. This is what? January 2025, so very recently. Yeah, clearly a very low income area, but they have a Mercedes here, and it's an E-Class. And the house, it's not exactly very appealing. Have a broken window there. This house was on fire at some point. Oof, it's pretty rough here. Probably one of those black neighborhoods, as you can see. I'm not sure, but it does not look good. Let's see some other areas. Although they are nice and green, and from above you might say, that looks pretty nice. Probably some rich people living there. But no. Atlanta doesn't look so great there. This one, although it looks a bit better, I have to say. I mean, look at this. They are apartment buildings, not individual housing, and it's already started with a huge minus. But the streets are clean. Streets also look pretty decent too. This is what 2011, and you can see they build them. I'm not sure exactly how they build those apartment buildings from wood. I don't know anyone. I mean, it looks pretty good. But I don't know anyone in Europe that does that. I never saw an apartment building built of the wood. Never. But here in America, they find a way. I mean, those bars here don't look so great, to be honest. It looks like a prison here, not exactly going home, not very welcoming, but I guess it's a Democrat city. It's a blue city. And yeah, the crime is very high. Could be a black neighborhood here too. It looks better than the last one. Again, those bars here. I mean, the building looks nice, I have to say, but it's still an apartment building. It's just, no, you're supposed to live in an individual house, not in apartment buildings. But I guess it is what it is. Let's check some other areas. I mean, this one could look even better. I mean, they have trees, they have pretty decent land. I'm not sure what those guys doing here, but okay. Yeah, from the ground, I have to say, not so great. I mean, look at this garbage here. I don't remember seeing, I mean, they work in here, yeah, but still. I don't remember seeing a state that dirty so far. No, I don't remember. I mean, everything goes pretty clean so far, but it's Atlanta and Georgia so far doesn't look so great. I mean, we kind of start on the rough area, on the the blue cities, and just tells you everything you need to know. The other one wasn't exactly like that, but this one, yeah. I mean, it's working here. I get it, but you don't have to work that dirty. I mean, it's just there's no way you can work like that. It's miserable. I guess it is what it is. But yeah, overall, not so great so far, I have to say. The main city, they have a huge airport. I think it's one of those biggest in US. I mean, look at this. Absolutely insane. Damn. Judging by the house, not exactly a great area either. I mean, this one's pretty much the same from above. They have a bit more land, but 25 miles an hour limit, it's way too low. It should be at least 40 here. This is again February 2025, so very recently and in a winter, so yeah, it doesn't look that welcoming. Can we find an October 2018? Oh, that's better. I mean, it looks nice. They have greens. Those cables here, first of all, they're way too low. And second of all, there are way too many. I like those trees. They look nice. The road also pretty good. See, the perception when you change the month that you make those street views and the weather that you happens to be there when you take those, it's influenced a lot. I mean, look at this. And if you go back to February, doesn't look so welcoming anymore. So see, you can just be perceived as less nice for sure. And this is how you manipulate people, to be honest. You just show a different perspective of the same thing, and they're gonna have a different outcome. Wow, that's a huge parking lot there. Let's check those roads, how they are. Pretty good, and the house is pretty nice. Yeah, it doesn't look exactly that bad. I mean, look at this, a nice road, much more privacy, birdhouse here. Cables, yeah, still represent a problem, but could be much more easy deal with that. They have even some neighbors here, not that many, but hey, it's private, you know, it's pretty good. I mean, I would rather live in a place like that, to be honest, than what we've seen so far. It looks much better, and already have like a river here, so you can actually go there, just clear your mind. And it looks pretty clean here on the river. I mean, this guy is fishing here. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what those chairs doing here, but I guess it's because from the sky house. But yeah, you can go there and, like I say, clear your mind. It's already better in those parts than the big cities, you know. Wow, they're really spread around. The population in the United States is something that, I mean, it's kind of available to everywhere, especially in the developed countries. People just spread around no matter where they are. So far, at least. That's an interesting cemetery. Yeah, go in those. You see those movies, and you see like a cemetery in New York City or something like that. And so yeah, it's clearly much more, let's say, casual here. I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe some states allows you to burying your death in your backyard, but I'm not sure if every single one of them does that. Probably not, especially in those California. I don't think they allow that. But that would be interesting, you know. I mean, some people just burn them, incinerate them, but others they just bury them. I'm interesting how this buried is gonna still stay in the future, because yeah, I kind of take up some real estate. I mean, the population is still going down, and it's kind of a tradition, which is pretty interesting one. But I'm not sure exactly the percentage of people that getting incinerated and the percentage that goes to bury them. I'm gonna look into that, see the statistics, because it's in which one is growing, which one is going down. It's pretty interesting to see how the future is gonna look. We're gonna go more with our bearing them, and obviously it's gonna be more expensive, or we're just gonna go to burn them pretty much. And that also is gonna be interesting to see. But yeah, so far you can see the population, it is very, very spread around. But roads looks pretty good. Some decent size houses, decent size lands. Those cables, yeah, not exactly a great way to go home, let's see. And you can see not that much privacy. They have all this land and they just prefer them to keep them empty, which is kind of weird. This one already looks better. Look at this with these pine trees here. Just much more, look at this, much more privacy. And yeah, what we saw in South Carolina in that rich area, man, kind of my mind kind of stays there. That was so nice there. It's like they're living in like a tropical forest there in that area. It was great. Here, although, the road is pretty good. It's not that bad. Cars pretty expensive, and this is what, September 2024. Here a bit more privacy, which is nice. Look at this. This guy is doing better. I mean, it's too close to the neighbor. That's the only drawbacks that I can see. But have a nice, decent cars. Nice. Okay, so this is like a really nice area to live. I'm gonna be honest with you, but only if you want to have like a nice, quiet life, like this guy here. Otherwise, it could be very, very boring, very fast. So I'm gonna interesting to see exactly when you go into those big states. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm waiting for California. I wanna see. I mean, we saw LA, and I kind of get it. I mean, it looks pretty nice, but it's kind of fucked up in the same time. But I kind of understand why people just choose to go there to suffer in a way, because they suffer from, you know, the job market is there, the rents and all that bullshit that they have to deal with it. But also they kind of rewards you in a lot of things that they were never going to be possible in these areas. And I can understand why somebody look at this Trump sign here, somebody living in this place for so long and you just want to go to a different location, to something that offers more, or at least the perception of offers more. Oh, that's a nice plant here. I like those. So yeah, I am interested on that. How if it's justified. That's the only thing. If it's justified, it's just justified to go with those states. What you gain, what you lose, and comparing with what you have. Let's say if you are born here, it's gonna be interesting to see. Let's move to the coastline. Man, we're just going all over the place. I want to see how those guys living here. And judging from above, they have pools, so I'm guessing they're doing pretty decent. I mean, clearly a way different lifestyle here. They have like pine trees and palm trees in the same time. Roads is pretty good. The land is not that much available, so you can see they're kind of jamming everyone together. That's a really nice truck. It's a Chevy Silverado, I guess. I don't know, but it's a Chevy. It's a real truck. Not sure exactly what they're doing with those here, but trailers. But American loves to tow stuff. Ooh, this is what, 2013, so quite a while back. I'm not sure if you have a more recent one. No, we don't. Like 2007. Ooh, look at the quality. Even 2013 is not that great, but I mean, look at this. They have probably the first time when I see actually people on the road and have like bikes, and probably very few times you're gonna see Americans on the bikes, on the bicycles, not motorcycles. So that's a premiere, I would say. But overall, it's a way different life here than we saw in west of the state. And it's interesting, to be honest. I want to see the beach, how nice it is here. Let's check them. Yeah, pretty good, as you can see. I don't see, I mean, I see some construction there, but not that much. And someone is just baking in the sun here. Wow, they have like a trolley here. What is this one? I don't know. Probably it's a low tie. Everybody has those trolleys here. These are like trailers or whatever they are. I like they keep the line here pretty clean, so you don't allow to build it that close to the beach. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. Although they have a lot of hurricanes here, so I guess that's kind of a safety feature here. But yeah, it looks pretty nice. It looks pretty nice. Georgia always looks nice. I mean, like, you have like a small house in those. I don't think you can build here, but definitely some area where you can actually build something there. In this swamp, I'm not sure exactly how you're gonna deal. I don't think they have crocodile, but probably they have here too some crocodiles. And they didn't came here in a long time. This is the first time when they make those treaties in 2007. Wow, that's a long time ago. Look at how bad the quality was back then compared with what we have today. But the neighborhood looks pretty nice, and clearly, judging from above, it's a really expensive one to live. I mean, they have a golf course here and there. They have like nice houses, nice trees. They didn't have a street view, probably because they make it like, they put a gate or something and they don't allow anyone to enter these neighborhoods now. I don't know. Or maybe just Google didn't prioritize to go here, but I think like they have some sort of a gate here that doesn't allow you to go. But it looks nice. I mean, like, it's kind of a swamp. I mean, like, I'm not sure exactly. This one is better. If you have crocodiles here, but that's a pretty high drawback, to be honest. Not be able to go in your backyard when you want. You just have to negotiate your seat in the backyard with a crocodile. Which one goes first? Which one leaves first? Yeah, that could be a problem. It could be a really problem, but I don't know if they have those problems here. I mean, like, it's a swamp here, and usually crocodile likes to live here. And I'm not sure exactly how they allow it to build that deep in the swamp here. But that just shows, like, humans can build everywhere. It doesn't matter. Which is an achievement, to be honest, to be able to build wherever you want. Doesn't matter which environment it is. You will find ways to build. 25 miles an hour. That's insane. That's at least 40 here. Not sure this is a house, but doesn't look that great. And I like those trees. I mean, look at this, how nice it is. Yeah, I mean, like, it's a different way of living here, but wow, that's a lot of crap here. I'm not liking that much, to be honest with you. I don't think it looks that great. And we have like 4 wheels in the front of the Amazon truck. It's pretty interesting. What else can we see? I mean, like, in those swamps here, I mean, they have a pretty decent opening to the ocean, which is nice. Not every state have that, but definitely they have some problem with the crocodiles here. 100%. There is no way they get away from that. This is November. Wow, November looks really nice in South Georgia here, in East South Georgia. I mean, look at the straight line here, how nice it is. Again, garbage day. Not sure what's wrong, what is happening with those Google card, but palm cottage. No idea what that means. Some sort of a homemade product. Ooh, look at those trees. Look at the oak trees. I think they're oak, right? I'm not sure exactly, but this one, that's a nice view here. I mean, look at this. That is so specific to the south. Deep south here. Look at this, how nice it is. Ooh. How old this tree is. I mean, like, look at this. Probably survived the Civil War. Man, look at this guy. I have like 2 boats, a beetle, and not a huge house, but those boats and a huge tree in the front. That's nice too. And look at this. I mean, like, would you like to live here? And look at the swamp there. Or to live in one of those that we see in Atlanta, which doesn't look that great, but you're in a main city. So I don't think you win that much with Atlanta, to be honest, especially from the area that we just checked, compared with what we can win here. The only problem, like we discuss in pretty much every video, is remain the job market. If you fix that, you're gonna see an exodus of people coming out from the cities to those countrysides. The question is, when that happens, because it will happen, how the political landscape is gonna change. Because we see, when you live with that many people in a small area, like we have cities, they usually go on the left side because they have so many issues there. Then and the left promising so much and they don't deliver, but they promise, and they fool those people to vote for them. But in a countryside, it's a different story. People they're gonna go, especially if they keep the small towns small. People just gonna go on the right side. So I think it's a full interest on the right side to move people to create an environment and like I say, or a job market or just basic income to make humans to go back to the origins of the countryside when we are pretty much live for the entire existence. And then we're gonna see how many people is gonna go for the left to vote. That would be interesting. That would be really interesting. I don't think they realize that. Trying to move people away from the city is gonna be a much better policy in the future than whatever they have today for how much money they spend and energy to convince the folks in the cities to vote for them and have those swing states that can break it or make it in any election. I don't know. I think it's a really nice way to explore. And in the meanwhile, in the end, every single guy, every single one of us has everything to win. It is a much better way to live in outside with a nice land, with a nice privacy, than living in a huge, huge crowded city. And it's expensive. But every single one of those came with drawbacks, as we saw with Los Angeles. They are crowded, they are extremely expensive, but also they offer a lot. The nightlife that they have there, the way the landscape it is something else that people. I'm gonna be honest with you. After a while, maybe they get tired of this countryside, and that's why they choose to just go here in vacation or have a lake house or something like that. So that's also an issue. The biggest issue, like I say, it's overly populated that we have, especially. I don't know, interesting like a third world countries, but in the West, especially, we are we saw how humans treat each other when they live in so many in the small space. We are overcrowded. There are way too many of us for sure. And we saw, I mean, like even if we have like 10 times less than we are, probably still they're gonna behave like idiots to each other. But most likely it's gonna be less than we do it today. So it's an improvement, I would say. But we will see. We will see when that's happened how we're gonna deal with that. But yeah, overall, I think you get more to win when you are less people than you get to lose. That's what I'm saying. What else we have here? Well, it's a nice paved street, and I don't see cables, so it's one of those probably like newer neighborhood, or at least they take care of them much better. The city just bury the cables, and that's a really nice house, by the way. That looks a great one. I mean, I really like it. Driveway, yeah. This is what's happened with the concrete when you have it. It just kind of goes bad after I don't know, 5-10 years, something like that. The tarmac one that they're using from the road also does go bad. That's what I'm saying. Cubic stone is gonna last forever. Yeah, maybe once in a while you have to take a few out and reposition them, but you can do that by yourself very easily. But it's gonna last a really, really long time, and you're never gonna look this fucked up like these guys here. So yeah, that's really a much better way to do it. Here it kind of looks more like a scene from the first movie Halloween. But it looks pretty nice. I mean, like houses are nice. You can see they just on the one floor. They're a bit too close to each other, but again, it is what it is. And this is what? This is February 2026, so very recently. Can we have one in April? Nice, green, everything looks great. 35 miles an hour speed limit. This could be at least 50 here. Easy 50. I don't know why they make it so low, those speed limits. It's just like, wow, look at this. SL Mercedes, a really expensive one, and this is 2023. And now we have a Dodge Ram right here, buddy. Not sure exactly what's happening here in the back of this car, but Never seen that like that before. Yeah, overall doesn't look so bad. But again, the same problem with those. I'm gonna be honest. I see like a few states so far. Um, I'm not sure. I'm not sure that the country no, right now the countryside it's for everyone at once. Yeah, with time you can move a lot of people there and just gonna have much better lives. But from the beginning, I think they should move not that many, and they just kind of spread the word, from those people that actually are there. But yeah, you cannot move people here. I mean, look at this. If you live like that, it's not gonna make appealing to everyone. I mean, there's no way. But yeah, an individual house with a big land, uh, that should be the minimum requirement, let's say, that everyone should have. I would say, yeah, that is for sure. But again, what we saw in South Carolina there was pretty nice in those rich neighborhoods there. And yeah, they didn't have that much space between them, but somehow they make it look like a nice jungle there. So yeah, check the other videos if you want to see it. It was really nice. I'm not sure exactly what's happening. It's probably like a farmhouse, but there's way too many cars. I don't know how many people live here, but it's insane amount of people, of the cars. Yeah, bars on the doors. Doesn't look so great, but it's kind of the middle of nowhere. I'm not sure exactly they use that. But there are way too many cars there. Way too many. And yeah, that's a really challenge here to living like this here. I'm not sure it's for everybody, to be honest. And look at this. You have a nice colonial house, I would say, but with a big land and concrete driveway. And it's already started to crack here. But look at this. Those cables. It's a countryside, so I will allow it. But look at the empty land here. Just they should put more trees here to just make it more more private. I mean, like, I get it. You want to see how many cars go on the road, although I would say like probably 1 or 2 cars every day. You have a huge land that you're going to waste if you don't use it right, to be honest. Yeah, I kind of get it why people just go in the cities, not just for the job markets, but just kind of like to stay together. Although they kind of hate each other, humans, and they don't want to live together sometimes. It's something. Ooh, look at this. Look much better in March. And in February, see, it matters a lot. I'm not sure exactly when, but probably because they don't have that much time, or they want to make those with the fewest resources possible. But it feels like Google Street View should go only when it's good weather if you want to look great on those street views, to be honest. I mean, it's not exactly lying, like I say. It's more like a change of perspective, I would say. But it looks much better in a good weather in the summer. I'm gonna be honest with you. Although, if you wanna buy a house here and you go in February, it's not gonna look that appealing, isn't it? So that's a nice tip for you. Sell the house only in the nice months of the year and buy one in the worst ones. Maybe you have a much bargaining power. Wow, that's a Hansel and Gretel house, I'll be honest with you. Looks a bit weird, but interesting also. Not sure exactly how they put a car there. Just going here on this side and they just going past this one and they arrive there. I'm not sure who lives there, but you can take much better care of your land. It doesn't look that appealing, to be honest. This one is much better. Look how nice it is. The roads looks pretty nice, but those cables here looks like a third world country, to be honest. I mean, no. But again, with the infrastructure in US, it does look pretty nice. Look at this nice colonial house. Ooh, 2 chimneys, that's nice. I'm not sure exactly how old those houses are, and probably 100% are made of wood, but they kind of stand pretty nicely. I mean, like, they take care of them pretty good. If they still stand, they probably have like at least 100 years old or something like that. 35 miles an hour speed limit, that's insane. It's at least 60 here. I mean, look at those straight lines, nobody around. At least 60. And the road, it's absolutely impeccable. That's a nice house there. I mean, I kind of get it, to be honest with you. Yeah, why people want to just move in. Maybe because they think like it's boring and nothing happened here. Let's just go for the big cities. I understand that, especially when you're young.
The problem with big cities is they don't have that much to offer on the budget, let's say like that. I mean, like they make it so extremely expensive now because they know it. People just want to move from the countryside, the big cities, and they offer a different life. And it's not for everybody, the countryside, that's for sure. But still, I think it's a much better place to live in the countryside. The city, it could be a good place to live when they didn't have that many people. So we're gonna see probably like in the future with the lowering population and moving to the countryside, it's not gonna get that crowded in the cities. Then yeah, we can talk about a different way of living in the cities, especially when you're young. Most likely when you get older, probably after 40 or 50, maybe some even younger, they just want to go to the countryside. And some people, they just don't want to live in the countryside. But it would be nice to have both experience, you know, in a life. Even if you're born in a city or you're born in a countryside, to just go to the city from, I don't know. Usually they go for college, but I'm not sure exactly how much future the college is going to have. But if you go in, oh, that's a really nice truck. If you go, oh, we have a police here and way too many cars. Man, can you take the police car at home? What the fuck? It's not like a conflict of interest, just using the taxpayer money to pay for your gas to work and back. And wow, 1, 2, 3, 4 cars, and you have a Camaro there. So, yeah, yeah, it's nice to have like maybe not for college because, like I said, I don't think they have that much future in the next 15 to 25 years. But it'd be nice to just have that experience, you know, when you are 18, 19, maybe 20, just go in a city and live there for like 10, 15 years, see how it is, then just obviously go in a weekends home. And it would be interesting to see because we have you seeing the both worlds. And yeah, when you're younger, it's probably much better in the cities, to be honest. But then with time, most likely, oh, look at this, how many have those two trailers? You're gonna end up, like I said, maybe not at 40, maybe not even at 50, but probably at 60. Most of the people, I would say not everyone, obviously, is gonna want to migrate closer to the origins, the countryside. You know, they want to see more to the church. They want to living in a smaller community. Yeah, of course, those one that we have today, especially in the United States, not every single one of them. It's nice, as you can see. We saw so far, not exactly very appealing. I mean, like this one, look at this. It's not that appealing to live in a place like this, to be honest. I mean, no, you have to step up the game. You cannot just live like that. I mean, look at this. No trespassing. Yeah, sure. It's like an abandoned house. Not sure exactly where, like an old tree. Yeah, this is not gonna attract anyone. I'm gonna be honest with you. The only way you're gonna attract people here is just because you make everything so expensive, and it's just the only thing that can afford it here. So wow, it's a lot of house there. So yeah, I mean, when I talk about the moving to the countryside, I'm not saying moving here. It definitely makes zero appeal. There's no appeal to move here. I mean, look at this. What car was that? It's Saturn. I don't know. Look at those people here. It's a black neighborhood, as you can see. And this guy is staying on 1, 2, 3 chairs and close to the barbecue, as you can see here. And they have a fan right, and they're blowing their faces here. And it's like June. So I guess it's very hot in here. It doesn't look so great. It doesn't. I mean, like in a place like that, oh, look at that car there. It's not appealing to convince people to move here. Right now, the governments and the local institution, local governments try to make people to move in those fucked up, I would say, towns, to be honest, because of the money. You know, you just have more people living in your town, you can claim more money or something. That's at least how it's in Europe. Probably it's the same for the United States. But they don't offer that much. They just want you to go there, and they say, "Oh, we'll come there. When we're gonna, after you stay there, you're gonna see how much nice we're gonna make it. We're gonna build it and all that stuff." But corruption is corruption, so I don't trust them with my life, to be honest. So yeah, I don't see them like a very good argument to just move there first, and we're gonna make it nice later. Just no. Wow, that's a really Trump fan, to be honest. Let's go, Brandon. What is this? We have the American flag, we have the Confederate flag, and probably that's one is the state flag. I don't think it's a Trump flag or something like that, but it could be. It could be a Trump flag. I don't know. But this guy, it loves Trumps too much. I mean, like, I get it. You have like American likes to have like a sign, in your front yard or backyard to just let people know what are their political views and which one is gonna go to vote. Which I guess it's a very American thing to do. You don't have that in Europe. But this guy, I mean, like, it's, and this is, look at this. This is from Trump 2024, and this is March 2022. I mean, the guy is way too excited about those elections, to be honest. I mean, look at how many signs this guy have here. Wow, that's insane. And now it's much cleaner because it's when 2023 they just take them back, take them down in 2023. Just what the fuck. You get closer to election, you just like you change the orientation of it's like that's it. I'm not voting for Trump anymore. Oh god. See, that's silly to put those signs there. It just, the guy can do something that piss you off and you don't want to vote for them anymore, and they're just like, the neighbor is gonna be, who you voting now? It's like, look at this, how he's done and all that stuff. And you can go both ways for Republicans and Democrats. So, but for some reason, that guy was way too excited about the elections, to be honest. Private property. Yeah, Americans love to say that. And they have this fence here, which I'm gonna be honest, looks horrible. I mean, like, it's one thing that I like about the Americans. They have those fenceless houses, fenceless lands, which looks much nicer. Those cables don't look so great. I'm not upset having a train track behind my house. If the train doesn't go more often than one time a week, I think it's pretty nice to have a train that goes there one time a week. But yeah, more often than that, and it's not exactly a good place to live. But one times a week is pretty nice to have. I would say, like, that's a selling point, to be honest, for some people. For me, it is for sure. I mean, I would like to live there. I have a train behind my my house, not too close, obviously, but be the first house, that would be interesting. Ooh, they have a lot of cows here. Yes, a lot of beef. Yeah, they have some potholes here in the road, so not exactly the greatest one, but you can see not that many people go here. That's a really nice job to have, to be honest. Have a Google Street View car, just travel the whole country. That's a really nice job to have. Against those loan machines that they have. We talk about this one. Here in Europe, we have the small ones that you can just push it and pull it. And now, more recently, we have the AI version. We just remote control it from the phone, or they just put some cables that delimitates how far it can go and cut the grass. And it's just the machine do it by itself. You just, if you want to just check it, you can check it on your phone, or you just go outside and see how it's done. They have a rain sensor. When it starts raining, it just go back to the charging station. It's pretty cool, to be honest. And it's not that expensive. It's like, I mean, like, a good one probably is like 500 euros, and a decent one is like 300. But most likely in the future they're gonna make it like $100, €100 easy. So far we have the battery one, just the battery, no cord needed. Just push it by yourself and cut the grass. It's nicer because you don't have to stay with the cord. You just take it and start lowering the front lawn. Yeah, in Europe we don't have that big lands. That's one thing. We have much smaller lands, so it's pretty easy for us. But in the future, with the more powerful batteries that they're gonna have, because the technology is almost there, like with the precision of those machines, yeah, you have to work a bit more. Like, it would be nice to have like no need to put that cable to tell the machine where to stop. But probably in the future we're not gonna need that. And with the new batteries, probably they're gonna have like, I don't know, like 1,000 square meters mown with one battery, one charge. That would be nice. And you have like two batteries or three batteries, and you just go for more from there. But it'd be nice to see that. Probably in the next 5 to 10 years, 100%, you're not gonna see that many people long mowing their yards. That's probably the last 10 years we're gonna see people doing that. And it's, I mean, it'd be nice if they just make them even more quieter than they are today, but that's probably is gonna happen also. It's far quieter than those petrol ones, that's for sure, but still pretty loud, and I don't like that. So those another aspect that they should improve. Wow, this is more like an Arizona garden, to be honest with you. It's just not that much green, but the house is very nice. I'm not sure exactly who's living here, but the house, it's genuinely nice house. Not that much privacy, but maybe we can have one in May. Let's see, in May. Oh, just build a house in May. So 2016, it was this house here, which doesn't look that great. But look at this, see? It doesn't look so great, but the garden was much better back then, I would say. But look at how nice you can build. It just shows. Okay, so in 2008, 2012, pretty green it was. 2016, they just go for this nonsense, probably because they don't want to cut the grass. I mean, look at this. They kind of put they put some, I'm not sure, I don't think the road doesn't go lower. They add some, they add some dirt here. And they cut that huge tree, unfortunately. And look at this, from 2008, 2025, how much they improve. Good for them. They have an electric car there. That's pretty interesting. But yeah, it's one of those rich people for sure. There is no way you can build something like that for cheap. Although I don't like this garbage there. And this could happen to more of those houses in this neighborhood, to be honest. Why not? It shows that they can do it. Look pretty good. Pretty good to them. Oh, that's a Porsche there. Yeah, back to the discussion. With the moving the population to the countryside, it's gonna be a huge challenge, but we will see how nice they can build to convince people that they should move there. Not that much quality here, probably some third party that does those street views here. Although this neighborhood is clearly a much newer one, judging from above, as we can see. And you can see even here, they don't have cables. They have those nice poles here, but I think they are way too tall and it let too much light to escape. I mean, like, if you're living there, you just want to, I don't know, have like a bedroom there. Those lights, they're gonna just blind you there. They should have a cup here that just go exactly to this base to just push the light downwards, and that's it. You don't need that much light to walk on the street at night. And second of all, not that many people walk on the street at night. They just drive their cars on the street at night. That's a bus station, I think, right? Let me check. Oh, no, it's not a bus station. It's like a mailbox here. Wow. Usually we have it in front of the house here in Europe and also in the United States. We see a few of them, but here they just go the other way. Probably because they don't want the mailman to work that much, which I get it. Not that many people also does receive their mails now. It's just they receive their emails, which we thought is gonna probably, like, back in the days when we invent the email, was like, oh, for sure the post office is gonna go bankrupt in like 5 or 10 years. No, it's just still going. Probably the same is gonna be with the AI. You know, it's like, oh, so many jobs are gonna get taken by them. It's like 10 years later, no, it doesn't. It's still there. I'm gonna be honest, with the mail office, yeah, you should. I'm not sure exactly what they deliver right now that is that important, that cannot be delivered by a drone or just by an email, but I guess they like to keep it. That's pretty nice. I mean, look at it. It's a nice countryside. We have a good roads, good weather. This is February 2025. I'm not sure exactly. It'd be nice to have like a temperature when they record those. This is a huge ranch here, and like rich people for sure, judging by the interest. Enter Staple Eton. Nice. Staple Eton Oaks Farm. Looks pretty nice. Wow, these fence probably cost a lot of money. It's huge, and it's a nice place there. Yeah, again, it's not gonna be for everybody, 100%. Look how much land this guy have. Yeah, it's pretty good. Good for them. It's not for everybody to move in the countryside, but it would be better even for those people in the cities if they have like much more space, and not everybody is gonna just move more and more in the cities like they're doing today. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see when we say, like, when you're working on those population, when you, back in the days, man, like last year, when I make those videos about every country in population, all that, and we see that urban population Probably something like this is gonna be called urban in the near future, because if they have like sewage, they have water, they have a good infrastructure, they have a nearby hospital and all of that, you can say like that's a like urban condition of living. You have everything that you need, exactly like in the cities, and it makes sense to call it an urban population. So that's why you're gonna see those urban population going up, those numbers. But in reality, it's gonna be like you need to have like two terms. You have like city population and urban city and urban countryside, I would say. And then we're gonna see a much more interesting when those numbers go, where people just start moving, because probably gonna see like in the next 10 years we're gonna see still going 10-15 years still going to the cities to live, but probably then, most likely probably after 2050, we're gonna see a lot of people just moving back to the countryside. And it's gonna be much more balanced, to be honest, because those in the cities, they're gonna have much more space for actually living, not just jamming everyone together. And countryside is gonna get more urbanized, gonna look much better, and they're gonna provide much more for those people who wants to stay there. And that's the American post office right there, cars. So see, they're still using those, and this is what, May 2023. Again, definitely, probably there are a few things that's why they cannot close it, but yeah, I don't see them. I don't see in the future that even today doesn't make that much sense. But yeah, we're gonna see how much time the post office is gonna have. I mean, so far in Georgia, I have to say, I didn't see that many rich places. Have you noticed that? We didn't see like rich areas that we see in other states. But overall, they look pretty nice. I mean, not very high on my list, but it's not West Virginia. Also, they have a lot of crap in their yards. I mean, look at those poles above the ground. That's a really nice tree here. I would expect more, to be honest. In that, maybe I didn't find those. I'm sure they have a lot of good areas, but like I say, I always go randomly on the map. I'm not choosing the good side. I'm not choosing the bad side. I have to go like that, otherwise it'll be like forging the result, you know. But this one, most closer to the coastline, tends to look better, to be honest. They have those nice trees, have more like a beach vibe. It does look better. It does look better. And look at this, you can see the ocean there and those nice trees. Probably it's gonna be more expensive to buy a house here, but I think it's worth it. Look how close he got there. I mean, it looks pretty nice. It does pretty nice, and I see that those politicians, when they go to those states, like how beautiful Georgia it is, how like West Virginia, how beautiful it is. Well, not every single part of those are beautiful, so it just like that, starting with a lie, just make me lose confidence in the guy. But it is nice. I mean, like a lot of places are pretty nice, and we have the Ukrainian flag here. And this guy just give a high five to the street view car, I guess. I don't know. They support Ukraine, or they are a Ukrainian family that live here. But either they doesn't make. If they're a Ukrainian family, there's no way they're gonna put a flag, because they know how fucked up it is there, and they wanna forget about it, whatever happened there. That's why they live there in the first place. But that's a pretty nice land there, and now it's kind of fucked up here too. So I don't think that Ukrainian families that put those flags there, because they know they left the country with a reason. So probably the regular Americans that they feel the nerve to, I don't know, to say that they are supporting the current thing or something like that. The road, I'm gonna be honest, it's pretty nice. I don't think you need more than that. Yeah, a nice looking one like this one, it's always welcome, but it's not so bad. The problem that I have is like with those swamps, do they have crocodiles in them? Because that's a deal breaker to me. I mean, like I want to go at night outside in a backyard to just lay down on the ground. I don't want to get dragged in the water by a crocodile. So, oh, those nice golf carts are looking great. So yeah, that's kind of a deal breaker to me, to be honest. You have to worry about the crocodile just eat me there. That's not how you start your day, to be honest. This house in better days for sure. I mean, yeah, overall, in those closer to the ocean area, it's a different vibe. It looks nice. I'm not sure exactly how well they're gonna stand the hurricanes, but I think they don't have that much problems since they're still there. But again, I have to check those hurricane season, how they're doing, because in Europe, they say like every single year, all those houses, they get smashed and destroyed and they rebuild them. Pretty much we have a new house every year. That's how they present it here in Europe. And I don't think it's the case. I don't think it must be insane if you have to rebuild your house every single year. Just there's not enough time, to be honest, to do that. So I don't think it's the case. This is November 2024. They left those from the Halloween. It looks nice. Harris and Waltz. Okay, we have the like some sort of a football team here, but here we have the election. The 2024 is November. Okay, that's right there. Supporting the Democrats there. Ooh, that's a really nice Ford. That's a really nice station wagon. What year? This is November 2024, and those guys, they have like two Fords and they look absolutely amazing. Great cars. Those pole lights, first of all, they are way too low, and second of all, they just allow the light to escape on the side, so not exactly a good one. A lot of crap here in this yard. I don't like it, to be honest. It just make everything looks pretty bad. Ooh, that's a really nice window there. We have the discussion about the windows, how the Americans build the houses with the lower windows than Europeans, and now we the Europeans start to build the same. We start to put those windows lower and lower. But overall, the houses here, they're pretty nice. I mean, yeah, some of them, they need a bit of work, but oh, that's a really nice truck. And I don't know, they have like, they cut the trees and they just put them here in the front of the yards, and then the local, that's pretty nice road. The local council or whatever it is, they send the car to just collect those. That's pretty nice because you can make a lot of energy from that, from what I can understand it. But if they take it for free, that's pretty good. Make sure you have a really nice yard, and with also recycle all of those branches that they have, and you can transform them in energy, money, even whatever the local government wants to do. Yeah, overall it's nice in this area. Like I said, when you go close to the ocean, it's a different vibe. They live different here. It's not the same thing as we see in the inside the countryside, the state. And we have a "Take America Back" or something like that Trump sign here. Yeah, I will never understand these political views here in the United States, that you have to put your political views right in front of the yard for everybody to see it. I don't get it. Again, we don't have this in Europe, but in America seems to be a pretty big deal. And those RVs also make a pretty significant part from the American culture. Something that European kind of try to have it, but here, because we have smaller roads, we need to have smaller those RVs. And it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And they are expensive to buy, expensive to maintain. It just, you get cheaper, to be honest, if you just go to a hotel wherever you want to go. Or if you really want to live in nature, just go with a tent, stay like a night or two in a tent, and that's going to be way better. So this one doesn't make any sense whatsoever. That's a nice Mercedes, an ML class, I think, back then. So an M class, I don't remember exactly how they call it, but it's an ML version. One of the greatest one that we used to have. Now with a GL class or something like that, it's just, nah, it's not the same. It's not just the computers on the wheels and nothing else. Yeah, overall the state looks pretty nice. I'm not sure exactly how much I need to drag this video more to acknowledge that it's pretty nice. Again, it's kind of a huge difference between the Atlanta and the coastline. Atlanta and coastline, it's a huge difference, and when you compare it to the rest of the state. But yeah, probably Atlanta, it's for the really rich one that can afford a really nice house. They're not in those bad neighborhoods that we just check. And the coastline, probably it's your best bet here in Georgia. I'm gonna be honest with you, it just looks so much better. So much better. Yeah, unfortunately. And there are like a lot of people that live here. How many they were? Let me check again. Like 5 million, 11 million. Oh, 11 million people. And we didn't have by the race cities. Oh, we have here. What the fuck? I skip over that? Let's check this one. Back in 1790, like 82,000 people, and now they have like 11 million people. Look at this. And still growing. A much lower pace, but still growing. And they have like this one. We don't have it for years. No, we don't, I think. White population on Hispanic in 53%. African Americans 32%, Hispanic Latino 10%, Asian 5%, Native Americans 1.5%. They're growing too, which is pretty good. Pacific Islanders pretty much 0.1 the same, and others 1.2. They're growing too. Oh, interesting if we have like on year, but fortunately we don't for whatever reason here. And that would be demographic of United States, Georgia. Maybe we can get more lucky here. Oh, this one is better. Look at this. We have it here. So look at this. Back in 2000, 62% of the population used to be white. Now it's 50%. So pretty soon it's going to be less than that. Black population used to be 28%. Now it's around 30%. So not a huge increase. Native population, Native Americans, 0.22%. Now it's 0.90%. So even though they put a bit more numbers because the population grew, but overall percentage go down. Asian, look at this one, 2.1%, now it's 4.4%. Asian took the countries, for God's sake. Pacific Islanders from 0.04 to 0.06, not that much increase. Other race, 0.14 to 0.52. Mixed race, multiracial from 1.07 to 3.64, that's a lot. And Hispanic and Latino from 5% to 10% pretty much. So yeah, you can see the whites are the most aggressive, that going down by a lot. And the blacks kind of pretty much stay stable, and a lot of Asians that moving in Hispanics and also mixed race. But Hispanic and Asian is gonna take over the United States probably like by the end of the century. We're gonna be probably the second biggest group after whites. And then the blacks probably is gonna go in the third place. To be honest, I don't see them doing that well, even here in Georgia. But yeah. I think overall we see enough. I don't have to make this video much longer. Yeah, it's a huge difference, like I say, from the state level to the countries, from the countryside, spread around the state, compared with what we can see on the coastline. Probably the coastline is the better bet for Georgia. Although yeah, they have some few areas that is not so bad, I'm being honest, but here is not one of them. Although you have a pretty nice land here, as you can see, but it's not gonna make young people stay, to be honest. Maybe they can go back after, I don't know, like make 60 years old or something like that. But when you are 20, yeah, it looks really boring. Just really boring here. So, not exactly a good sell, let's say, sell this land to the young people. So yeah, that was Georgia so far. If you're living in the States and I don't know, I missed something, usually, like I say, go randomly on the map. I'm not choosing the good side, I'm not choosing the bad side, although I didn't find that many good sides, weirdly enough. Just leave a comment, see how things are, and maybe we're gonna start the conversation. Check out the videos that I make, and yeah, see you next time.